Yeah. Have to find the both empirical formulas and the molecular formulas for the first one and second one, because the molecular weight is given, right? If molecular weight is not given, we cannot able to find the molecular formula. But if molecular weight is given and along with that the percentage of each element in the given chemical compound is given now, we can find out both empirical formula we can find out and molecular formula also we can find out. Okay. So I think the order you have done in the classwork itself. CHN. The answer is CH4N. But the 3 I have given as a homework. Are you going to do now itself or you want to do afterwards? Respond first. Are you doing now?
So for the first one, I got the empirical formula C4H5N2O.
Yeah, that's correct. C4H5.
I got the same, sir.
Yeah, that is empirical formula, but you have to find out the molecular formula for that.
So can you even scroll up?
You want formula for that? How to calculate the molecular formula?
No, sir, I wanted to know the molecular weight.
It's given right already, 194.19. The first one molecular weight is 194.19 grams. Okay. Got the molecular formula for the first one?
Sir, I got it as C6H10N4O2.
C6H10.
N4O2.
Check it once again whether the ratio of the number of atoms are same in the empirical formula and molecular formula. Whether it is a C6 or C8.
Yeah, sir, it's C8.
C8, right? So first one is the empirical formula is C4H5N2O and molecular formula is C8H10N4O2. What about the next? Anjali, you got the answer for first one?
Sir, almost done.
Good evening, Tanvi.
Good evening, sir.
What about the homework? Have you done that? Did you finish the homework or not, Tanvi? Got the answer for second one, everyone? What is the answer for second one?
Sir, the empirical formula, I got it as C6H10S2O.
Empirical formula. Okay. What about the molecular formula?
Sir, for the first one, you have to find the empirical formula only, right?
Both you have to find out. Empirical formula you have to find out, and molecular formula also you have to find out.
I think the empirical formula is C4H5N2O.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So for the second one, the molecular formula is also the same as empirical formula.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Good. The molecular formula and the empirical formula is same for the second one. Finish? All the three?
Sir, 1 minute.
Yeah. So third one got everyone got the answers right for third one.
Yes, sir. Sir, for the second one, it's C6H10S2O, right?
Yeah. C6,
Okay.
H10,
H10S2O.
S2 is for second one. The empirical formula here is
C
four
C4H5N2O.
and 2. Molecular formula C8, H10,
N4O2.
O2 is the molecular formula for the first one. Here it is both are same. Empirical formula and molecular formula both are same. Okay, this is all about the empirical formulas and the molecular formulas. Still, anybody has doubts in this? If you have any doubts, you can ask me, or else we'll move to the next topic. So that is the stoichiometry. So what is the meaning of stoichiometry? What is the meaning of stoichiometry? The spelling is correct first.
No, sir.
All right.
STOI, sir.
ST
STOYCHIOMETRY, sir.
Fine. So what is the meaning of stoichiometry?
Is it the relation between products and reactants?
The relation between the products and reactants. Next, any other definition? Stoichio is nothing but the element. Metry is nothing but the measurement. Okay. So measuring the mass of the elements on the reactant side and on the product side is called as in stoichiometry. So measuring the mass of the elements on the reactant side and the product side. That measurement is called as in stoichiometry. So stoichio is nothing but element and the metry is nothing but measurement. Okay. Suppose if you take any chemical reaction, what is the mass of the elements that are reacting in the given chemical reaction? We will find out. And what is the mass of the products are formed after the chemical reaction? That we will find out. So measurement of these reactants and the products is called as in stoichiometry. Clear definition? Suppose if you take the equation like CH4 plus O2, we'll use rise to CO2 plus H2O. So it is a one chemical reaction, whether it is a balanced one or not.
No, sir.
It's balanced one.
No, sir, it's not balanced.
It's not balanced one, right? What you have to do here? Keep it 2.
We should keep it to before H2.
Here also have to keep it 2. Then it is a balanced one. So when you're taking the balanced chemical equation, we can see how many moles of the reactants are, how many moles are reacting on the reactant side and how many moles are products are formed on the product side. So this information is given by the stoichiometric calculations. So if you see this equation, what are these numbers? 1, 2, here 1, 2. So what are these numbers? These are called as stoichiometric coefficients. So which will helpful in balancing the given chemical equation. Understanding? The numbers which are written before the chemical elements or compounds are called as stoichiometric coefficients. Now you can write as in a given chemical equation, one mole of CH4 reacts with 2 moles of oxygen to give what? 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water. Yes or no? Is it correct or wrong? We can write in this way one method. Next one, this in terms of moles. Okay. Now tell me in terms of grams. In terms of grams, what is the equation part? What is the molecular mass of CH4? What is the
So 16.
16, right? So 16 grams of CH4 will react with how many grams of O2? 16 grams of CH4 will react with how many grams of O2? What is the answer?
32 grams.
Check it properly. Anjali,
So
what is the answer?
64.
64 or 32? You have to fill all these blanks. I already given first example. 16 grams means what? This is a molecular mass is 16. So 16 grams of CH4 reacts with each oxygen weighs 16 grams. But how many oxygens are there here total? 4 oxygens are there. So 16 4s are 64. So 64 grams of O2 to give how many grams of CO2? How many grams of CO2?
44 grams.
44 grams of CO2 and dash grams of water.
36 grams.
Very good. 36 grams of water. Understand? So there is a one way of writing the given chemical equation using the stoichiometric calculations. Next, in terms of molecule, how you will write? In terms of molecule, how you will write this one? The same way we will write. One molecule of CH4 will react with 2 molecules of O2 to produce 1 molecule of carbon dioxide and how many molecules of water? How many molecules of water?
2 molecules of water.
1 molecule of CH4 reacts with 2 molecules of water, sorry, 2 molecules of oxygen to produce 1 molecule of CO2 and next one 2 molecules of water. Then what about the in terms of volume? In terms of volume, what we will write? Can you able to see here if I write here? So always 1 mole of a gas occupies how much volume? 1 mole of a gas occupies how much volume?
22.4.
Very good. So always 1 mole of a gas occupies 22.4 liters, right? Now tell me in terms of volume, this equation part. 22.4 liters of CH4 reacts with how many liters of oxygen to produce dash liters of carbon dioxide and dash liters of water. What is here blank? What is the answer?
So is it 44.8 liters of oxygen?
44.8. Very good. What about here? is same as 22.4 liters only, right? Because it's a 1 mole of CO2 is producing. Okay, what about here? Same as 44.8 liters of oxygen. Sorry, 8 liters of water. So these are 4 different ways of writing the given chemical reaction. Okay. So studying about the amount of the substance on the reactant side and the amount of the substance on the product side is called as in stoichiometry. And whatever we are doing the calculation is called as stoichiometric calculations. Clear? Any doubts? Is it clear or not? Are you there, Faiz?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? Next one is a mole concept. So what is the definition of mole? What is the definition of mole?
It is a unit that has 6.22 times 10 to the power 3 particles in it. Like 1 mole has 6.022 times 10 to the power of 3 particles or molecules in it.
Remaining, anyone? It is defined as amount of substance
Broken down into 2 parts.
that contain as many as particles present in 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope. Okay, this is the definition for the mole. So mole is defined as a amount of substance. In the chemistry, we'll measure the amount of the substance in terms of moles. It is one of the basic SI unit, right? So it is the amount of substance that contain as many as particles present in the 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope. Or else you can say as the amount of substance which contain equal number of particles present in the 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope. So how many particles are present in the 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope then? This always contain 6.022 into 10 power 23 particles. So 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope will contain 6.022 into 10 power 23 particles. So same amount of particles is present in the 1 mole of a substance, 1 mole of any substance. Okay, so it is also called as an Avogadro's constant. So always 1 mole occupies how much volume? 22.4 liters. Or else 1 mole always contain 6.022 into 10 power 23 particles. Then what is the meaning of these particles? What is this particle means?
Number of atoms or number of molecules?
It can be atoms, or it can be molecules, or ions, or electrons. It can be any one out of these. It can be atoms, or it can be molecules, or it can be ions, or it can be electrons also. Okay, this is the definition for the mole. But don't confuse between the mole as well as the atomic mass. What is the atomic mass unit?
AMU.
AMU, right? So what is the definition for AMU? What is the definition for AMU?
Given weight divided by 1/12 of carbon.
Yeah. So one AMU is equal to 1/12 of the mass of the carbon 12 isotope, right? There it is a 1/12 fraction. But in the case of mole concept, it is a 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope. So don't confuse between these two. Now we'll study about the conversion chart. So how to convert from mole to the particles? So what is the definition formula for the mole? Given mass by molar mass, right? Then how to convert from mole to the particles? How to convert? So if you want to convert from mole to the particles, you have to multiply with the Avogadro's number or Avogadro's constant. What is the conversion factor? You have to multiply with the Avogadro's constant. If you want to multiply from mole to the grams, what we will do? We will multiply with molar mass. And mole to the volume, multiply with 22.4. Understanding? Conversion from mole to the particles, conversion from mole to the grams, and conversion from mole to the volume. So if you want to convert from mole to the particles, it is multiply with Na. From mole to the grams, multiply with molar mass. And mole to the volume, we have to multiply with 22.4. Clear? Find out how many particles are present in 5 moles of N2 gas. What is the answer? What is the answer? How many particles are present in the 5 moles of N2 gas? Are you there in the class? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What is the answer? Are you doing or not?
Doing, sir.
What about the remaining people?
10 to the power of 23.
Okay. What about the remaining people? Sorry. This one is the first one, right? 30.1 into 10 power 23. What about the second one? Find out how many grams is present in the 5 moles of N2 gas.
Sir, and second one is 140 grams.
140 grams. Tanvi, Abhinaya, Anjali, and Aditi. What about you? What's your answers? I want answer from everyone.
Sir, 140 grams, sir.
What about the first one?
So the third one is 112 liters.
112 liters. What about the Anjali? What's your answers? Anjali, what is your answers? Abhinaya?
Sir, I got wrong answer. I'm doing answer.
Okay. So which one you got the wrong?
The second one is correct, sir. 112 liters. First one I should do.
Okay. Anjali? Abhinaya? Whether you got the answers or any confusion is there in the doing the sum. If you have any confusion now, let me know so that I will explain it on the board. So what is the first one? Just simply conversion from mole to the particles, right? So what is the conversion factor? Multiply with Na. So it is given as a 5 moles. You have to get the particles. So 1 mole is equal to always 6.022 into 10 power 23. That implies 6 5 30, 22 5 is 1 approximately 110, right? So 30.1 into 10 power 23 is the first answer. That's the correct one. First one. Second one. So conversion from mole to the grams. So what is the conversion factor from mole to the grams? It is a molar mass. So what is the molar mass of N2? What is the molar mass for N2? Anjali, what is the molar mass for N2?
28.
28. So 5 moles is given. So 5 into 28. What is the answer? 140 grams. And the last one, mole to volume. The conversion factor is 22.4. That means the conversion factor is 22.4, what, which means 5 into 22.4 will give approximately 112 liters, correct? Good, Disha, you got all the correct answers. And Aditi also. But what about the Anjali and Abhinaya? You didn't give any one answer also from this. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
So this is all about the conversion from the mole to the particles, or mole to the grams, or mole to the volume. Then what about gram to the mole?
We should divide them.
When you are moving from gram to the mole, what we will do? Instead of multiplying, we will divide. So 1 by molar mass. Moving from volume to the moles, divided by the 22.4. And coming from particle to the moles, divided by the Na. Okay. Or else you can remember,
Okay,
like, when you are moving from the center point to the end points, we'll always multiply. Multiply with some factors, either Avogadro's number or molar mass or 22.4. But when you are moving from the end point to the center point, we'll always divide. Divide with the factors like molar mass and again same 22.4 or Avogadro's number. Understand? This is a shortcut way to remember this one. When you are moving from the center of the triangle to the end points or the vertex of the triangle, that is a multiplication. When you are coming from the vertex to the center of the triangle, that is a division. Clear this one?
Yes.
Now, if you want to move from particles to the grams, what you'll do? Shall we move directly like this? If you want to move from particle to the grams, what we'll do?
We should divide with Na.
We should divide with Na. That's all. We don't have the direct root, right? First, you have to come from particle to the moles, then we can go from only mole to the grams. Understanding? We don't have the direct root or direct formulas from the particle to the grams. So first we'll come from particle to mole or mole to the grams. Particle to mole and mole to the grams. So if you want to come from particle to mole, what is the conversion factor? 1 by Na. If you want to move from mole to the grams, what is the conversion factor here?
By molar mass.
Multiply with the molar mass. Not division, it's a multiplication. Then
Okay, sir.
tell me from volume to the particles, what is the conversion factor? Volume to the particles.
To 1 by 22.4.
First, you have to come from volume to mole, then mole to particles. So volume to mole, what is the conversion factor?
We need to divide it by 22.4.
From mole to particles
Into Avogadro number.
into Avogadro's number. Then gram to particles, what is the conversion factor?
First, we should divide with molar mass, then multiply with Avogadro number.
First, we should divide with the molar mass. Then we will multiply with the Avogadro's number. From particle to volume,
First, we should multiply with Avogadro number, then divide with 22.4.
now it is clear, right? Complete mole concept chart. It's a very, very important for the competitive exam side also. Definitely you'll get 1 or 2 questions on this chart itself. Okay. What is the relationship between the vapor density and the molecular mass?
Vapor density into 2 gives us molecular weight.
Vapor density into 2 gives us the molecular weight. Very good. So take one simple example. Calculate the number of molecules in 112 liters of SO2 gas. What is the answer? Calculate the number of
That
molecules.
first we'll get 5 moles.
Okay, good. Then first we'll get the 5 moles. Then what is the number of particles?
The number of particles are 30.1 into 10 to the power of 23.
30.1 into 10 power 23. Correct,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Already have done that problem, right? Just above.
Yes, sir.
So here the number of particles will not depends upon the type of the gas. Here I have given the N2 gas and below I have given the S2 gas. Only the gas will change. So when you are converting from the mole to the, volume to particles or particle to volume, it will not depends upon the type of gas. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Next, find out second question. The maximum number of particles present in A 15 liters of H2 gas, B 5 liters of N2 gas, C 0.5 grams of H2 gas, and D 10 grams of O2 gas. What is the answer? Which one of the following is the lightest? (0.2 moles of hydrogen gas. Do this problem. First one. Sorry, second one. Option B. 6.023 into 10 power 23. 10 power 22. Molecules of nitrogen. 0.1 gram of silver. 0.1 mole of oxygen gas. Which of the following is the lightest? Next, add some. The number of molecules in 16 grams of methane. Is 3.0 into 10 power 23. B. 16.6.02 into 10 power 23. C. 6.023 into 10 power 23. And D. 16 by 3.0 into 10 power 23. Find out the answers for these three. Any doubts in today's class? Any doubts in the conversion chart?
No, sir, no doubts.
Sir,
Can you able to do these problems? Easy only, right?
yes, sir. It's easy.
Just use the conversion chart and you can find out. Some will be in the grams, you have to convert to molecules, or the data is given in the particles, you have to convert to moles.
Okay, sir.
Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Are you solving these problems now?
Yes, sir. So is the first answer 4.03 into 10 to the power of 23?
4 point? Which one?
First bit A1.
The maximum number of particles present in You're saying the first option, 15 liters of H2 gas.
Sir, I got A option in first one as 3.97 into 10 power 23.
So option A is the correct one, but what about the particles? Option A is correct, 15 liters of H2 gas only. Because just now we discussed it, right? When you are converting from the liter to the particles, it will not depends upon the type of the gas. Option A is correct, but how many particles are there? Just multiply 15 with 15 divided by 22.4 into 6.023 into 10 power 23. That will be the answer. Option A is correct only. What's the first one? 15 divided by 22.4 into 6.
Sir, I got 4.03 into 10 to the power of 23.
4.03 you got.
Yes, sir.
Just take it 6. 4 is 24, it will not go, right? Approximately it can be 3. 3 point something 8 you will get around. Yes or no?
Sir, 3.97 into 10 power 23.
3.97.
Into 10 power 20.
3.97 you got finally.
Yes, sir.
But mostly it is wrong only, right? Check your calculation part once. It is coming around 4.03 into 10 power 23. Okay. So these many particles are present in the 15 liters of H2 gas. Clear? So you can do the remaining 2 sums as a homework. Any doubts in today's class?
No, sir, no doubts.
Yeah. So we'll wind up the session here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And prepare for the test. The test portion will be till this topic, mole concept, okay? Test will be there on the Sunday till the mole concept, the test portion. Clear?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you everyone. Good night.